Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome dancer, choreographer, producer, talk show host, and judge for the Emmy-nominated Dancing with the Stars, Carrie Ann Inaba. Emmy-winning choreographer for So You Think You Can Dance, Mandy Moore. And choreographer for Jane the Virgin and our moderator, Eboni Nichols.
Yeah!
My neighbors. Hi, guys.
Oh, David, neighbors?
Yeah, David right there and Bill right there. Sherman Oaks in the house.
So can everyone tell choreography is here?
Yeah!
The dancers are in the building, and I'm so happy to be here. We just had such a good time backstage. Like, there's so much love between these two. This mentor-mentee situation is just really, really lovely. So we're gonna just jump right into it. And I wanna ask you, Carrie Ann, first. Tell me, how you met Mandy. Like, where did this love affair begin?
Okay, so way back a few years ago.
Just a couple.
Was it like,
I'm not good with dates.
okay, we're not gonna do it, but it was like early 90s?
Yeah.
Early 90s. We were taking a dance class by a Brazilian choreographer named Alex Magno. And he was incredible. And we used to do these, Alex would do these shows. I think we did something at Temecula. This is really my first memory of you, like the one that stands out. We did a New Year's Eve show in Temecula. Self-drive, self-costume, all of that. You know, as dancers do, we provide everything for ourselves. And he's like, let's see your costumes. And Mandy had laid out a sheet and all her clothes on the sheet by size and color and shape. And here's duos and like trios, and you can match here and this and that. And I was like, I love that girl.
Just overachiever.
Overachiever Anonymous right here. She was incredible. That's what I remember Mandy. And Mandy was one of the most amazing dancers. She was one of those dancers that was very grounded. We came from a generation where dancers were like 5'7" and up, and they looked like Barbie dolls. And we came from a generation that was very grounded and earthy and had power. Yes. And Mandy was the one that stood out the most to me.
And were you choreographing that job? Or were you guys dancing
No,
together?
we were dancing together.
Oh, you were dancing together.
Yes.
We were bookends.
Yeah, we were always
I love
bookends.
it.
So we would be in class, and that was my first, experience with Carrie Ann. Of course, I knew her as a fly girl, and then I, knew her that she was this amazing dancer on tour with Madonna, and then I would be in class with her and be like, oh my gosh, she's so amazing. And then I would always watch her in the groups, and then we started dancing together in this company, and we'd be bookends together.
Always.
And then, that's kind of where it all started.
And so where did it start to turn into choreographer, assistant? Like where did that start to happen after this whole moment with the breaking down of the costumes?
Okay,
I'll
so
let you start.
Carrie Ann got hired to
Yes.
choreograph a little reality television show called Who Wants to Marry a Multi-Millionaire, which was way back. I mean, that was like
I just
the
read that it
start.
was nominated for like of the 50 worst shows in television history.
That's right, we did that.
We did it. Yeah. Booyah.
And she was hired to basically we had to stage all the
Staging.
contestants, right?
Okay,
And
right.
I remember her saying something like, hey, I would really love your help. And we, of course, we get along really well.
Yes.
And I had no idea what we were about to get into. It was like the craziest job. And, she was, of course, having to handle, 50-some girls walking around, crazy girls, by the way. Like, who's on a reality show to marry a multimillionaire that they've never seen that's behind a curtain?
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Kudos to Mike Fleiss, because that's still working, right?
Smart, very smart man.
Yes.
But that was like our first job
Your first
together.
thing. And so tell me, Carrie Ann, what is your process as a choreographer? I think, everyone has their own process. Some people write things down, some people try it on their assistants, some people videotape themselves and then, come into the room with it. Tell us what your process is.
Sure, everybody has a different process. My process was a little strange. I'm
Yeah.
very visual,
Okay.
and I'm very methodical, and I'm OCD to the max. And so I would write everything down by count, and I would create charts. And before I even got the job, I had to make sure I would get the 1/4-inch scale plans.
Yes.
And I had these little figures, because in my mind I would think, okay, I'm gonna stage it this way. And then you get to the set and it's too small and your whole idea is messed up and you only have 2 hours to rehearse, right? So all of this stuff, it's like, okay, how am I gonna do this? So I would write everything out. I would put my little figures on my map. I had 50.
Wow.
Because I would do a lot of pageants. So
Yeah.
I make sure that 10 people across the stage can fit. And that way when I walked in, I was really comfortable. Also, I had plan A, B, C, and D, just in case, because people
Yeah.
change their minds. So I never wanted to look stupid or silly, like I didn't
Right.
know what I was doing. as a choreographer, you're leading all the movement on stage, and you have to be department head.
Yes.
And you have to know what you're doing no matter what anybody else says who doesn't understand choreography. So that was always my process. I had charts for everything. Right? How many charts? I'm like, what chart are we at? Chart B? Chart C? I thought I was making like script revisions. Mandy's like, okay, we're on chart blue, chart C.
Yeah. Well, we all know that Mandy's the choreographer of La La Land, yes? So if any of you have seen the behind the scenes footage of La La Land, then you know a lot of what Carrie Ann just said has a lot to do with how Mandy choreographed that movie. So give us a little insight, Mandy, into what Carrie Ann taught you.
Well, I have to be honest, this is kind of a trip to talk to her and about this, because I feel like I'm catapulted back however many years, and listening to her actually used to teach me how to do it. Because honestly, when I started as a dancer and wanted to be a choreographer, like many young choreographers, just thought it was about steps.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, we just go in the studio and we make up steps. That's how it works. And for Carrie Ann, what was I think so incredibly important for me to learn is that it wasn't that was the last thing that you do. And I remember specifically being in rehearsal. I think we were on a show called All American Girl, another really great show, really great reality show that we did. But we, and they were more performance-based numbers where we actually had the girls singing and dancing. And she would write out these charts, and the way that she would write them was just fascinating to me. And I would have to sit next to her, and we'd check our notes, and it became a thing that we would do. And I think she knows this, but honestly, it's still to this day, that's what I do. I write down everything.
I didn't know that you still do that.
Yeah.
Oh, if you saw my clipboard, you would probably cry, because it's almost exactly the way that we used to do it. And we used to actually do
the clipboard. Oh my God, you're the queen of the clipboard.
Yes, I love the clipboard because you can put it all in there, you have it all in there. But do you remember we used to have disagreements about what was front? Okay, because this is going to sound really weird to you guys, but basically we would segment out the piece of paper, in quarters or something. And
an Excel document. It's an Excel document.
Yes.
With the counts and the words and the lyrics and then the type of movement and then the camera angles and who's in what and who's singing.
And
what mic.
What the formation is. And I would always do it from the audience's point of view. So my formations would be one way. And then I looked at hers and it was flipped 180. Wait, did I do that wrong? She's like, no. Oh, no, I do it from I'm on stage. So I'm in it and I'm seeing the stuff. And I was like, oh, brilliant. I didn't even realize, because I would look and I'd be like, why does my ex not look like your formation? Something's weird.
It would take us a long time to figure it out.
Then when we did, I was like, oh, okay, are you doing from audience or are you doing from performance? She'd be like, performer. I'd be like, okay, I got that, I get it.
I mean, that's fantastic, because having worked with you, I've seen you do that, and I remember seeing you do exactly that and thinking, I was like, I wonder where she gets all this from. So it's lovely to know that it came from you, Carrie.
But it's helpful, right?
Yeah, it works a lot well.
Because it keeps everybody on the same page.
Yes.
It's hard to speak dance.
Yes.
So at least if you have a chart, they get at least the outline of it, which I thought was really helpful.
Well, and we'd go into rehearsal, and sometimes, she'd be taken away for something, a producer had to talk to her, or she had to go talk to the director, and if I, as an assistant, didn't know, if we weren't on the same page, literally, if we didn't have the same exact notes,
which chart?
I wouldn't be able to continue to run rehearsal if she was pulled out, or, it's just a really great way for everyone to understand the same thing.
And I just want to clarify something.
Please.
This word assistant, it's such a strange word, because I don't believe, some people think that there's a hierarchy to choreographer and assistant. And I've always believed this from day one, from working with Barry Lather. I was his assistant. They're different jobs.
Yes.
They're not, one is higher than the other. One is, I think the choreographer is designed to push the artistic vision forward and keep creating new ideas and satisfy the needs of the producers and the directors. But I feel like the assistant is in charge of making sure all of the business of it happens. There's no way I could have done anything that I did without Mandy. I mean, we were like yin and yang together, and it's collaborative. That's the beauty of choreography. It doesn't happen alone.
No.
Right?
It's she would always say, I want 2 people on my team, 3 people on my team, 4 people on my team, because that's always, it's better to have 4 voices or 2 or 3 than just me on my mountain alone saying this is what we should be doing.
Yes.
That's another thing that I feel like I've taken away is I really like to listen to my team, and I respect everyone who works with me, because she taught me that as well, that I never felt that when I was in the room it was you're below me,
Right.
you just do this. I always felt an equal in a way of work and responsibility, which I think is huge.
That's fantastic, and it is huge because we all want to be dancers, but then we all want to hopefully figure out, do we want to be choreographers? And so it's that respect level that I think is really important. It's very, relevant. It's very evident, between the two of you. It's quite lovely. So, Carrie Ann, after 26 seasons of Dancing with the Stars, is that not amazing? 26.
Those Brits are crazy.
Man. Tell me the difference between being in front of the camera performing and now being, and still in front of the camera, but behind a little bit more, sitting and judging, and then also being a producer and being a talk show host. And, there's so many different hats that you wear now. Do you have one that you prefer more over the other?
Actually, I've always loved choreography the most.
Yeah.
In my mind, well, I'm going to start to cry. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to cry. This isn't a Dance with the Stars episode. It's not going to happen. I've always loved the choreography part. My mind is always thinking in pictures. That's how I see the world. That's how I process the world. I'm very visual. Mandy knows this. And it's been very hard to transition to somebody who speaks. But then today, as I was thinking about this, I was like, actually, now, 26 seasons later, I'm not throwing up before every show. I feel more confident now speaking, and I found my voice. And so I'm extremely grateful that dance is what brought me to actually finding my voice when it's dance that I went to because I felt I didn't have a voice.
Right.
So I feel really grateful. The dance has taken me this way, and now I feel more comfortable speaking. But of course, because of that, now I want to go back and I want to do more creative projects because my mind needs that. And once you're comfortable someplace, I think you got to move on.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm moving on from talking and things like that or speaking, but I just want to do more of the creative stuff and challenge myself. Mandy was just talking about a project she's working on, and it got me so excited because she's like, it's nerve-wracking. I'm like, for you?
Yes.
Even for you, Mandy Moore, who has 9,000 ideas and is the hardest working woman in this business.
It's
and
true.
So creative.
Yeah.
And so loving.
Thank you. It's true. You have to push yourself all the time. And again, I know night is about mentors, and I'm so lucky to have had somebody like you because I do feel like you always gave the space for me to do what I do. I like counts, I like shapes, and she'd be creating and she'd do it one way, and I would just be a machine about trying to make sure I did it exactly the way she did it. And then 2 seconds later, she'd start on a different leg, and I'd be like, "That's not what we did, Carrie Ann."
All the time.
But that's fine. I'm feeling more this time, and I'm like, okay. But it's we were so hysterical that way. I remember those moments. It was so good.
And it was always when they came in the room. She was like, the first time I'm showing, I'm like, Mandy, I'm going to show them. She's like, no, I got it. I'm like, I'm going to show them. And I do it all wrong. She's like,
that's not really what we did.
That's not at all what you're
doing. And now being a choreographer, I do the same thing.
Yes, I
do. And I laugh with my dancers all the time. I'm like, for some reason you become a choreographer and you don't know the counts anymore.
Right.
And you can't start on the correct leg. I don't know what it is. It's so crazy.
It's because you're thinking big picture.
Right.
Yeah, we'll just say that. I like that.
So tell me the magic, Mandy, of when you're at Dancing with the Stars and when you get to sit next to Carrie Ann and you guys are judging and sitting there together. How does that feel?
Eboni, come on. I mean, okay, so that particular episode where I got to be a guest judge, first of all, I felt like...
She was our best guest judge in the history of Dance with the Stars. She actually gave critique and helped the dancers.
Thank you. You have no idea what it meant to me to sit next to you. It's just so, this night is a trip for me too, because I just, it's like when a huge part of who I am in this business was built and nurtured by you. And so to sit next to someone who's done that for you and then to feel like she allowed me to sit in my own seat, and was such a support. We're in hair and makeup, and she's like, oh, you look amazing. Should we do this? And she got me a candle, and I was just like, this is awesome. This is the way our industry needs to be. More of this. Yes. I believe that you can, I've always felt like you can leave space for this person to be awesome, and you can be awesome too, It's like there's a slice of pie for everybody, and not everybody thinks that way, and I'm very fortunate to have somebody who helped me that way.
Yeah. I wonder, Mandy, what is the one thing that you feel that you've learned from Carrie Ann that you carry with you into every rehearsal? Is there one ism or is there one thought that that every day resonates with you?
Yeah, other than the charts.
Other than the charts.
The charts. for me, I learned so much about how to behave on set and how to stand my ground as a woman and how to communicate with people and be a leader without being a dictator. And that's all from Carrie Ann, because I think that I watched her be incredible with producers, directors, talent. I watched her make changes and like all of those things. It's like you don't know how much of an effect you have on people until it's like, yeah, I'm doing those things that I learned from you. So thank you.
Oh my gosh.
And anything you learned from Mandy, Carrie Ann?
Everything. This girl is like, you're not a girl anymore. Are we girls anymore? Can I say girls?
So,
We're girls? Are we women now? Holy cow.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the funnest things that I've learned about from Mandy, there's just so many things that are all racing through my mind, but the thing that stands out the most is Mandy taught me how to treat people. So I'm super like tunnel vision. I'm in charts. I've got 15 versions, and I'm like, gotta get it done. And we have 7 minutes, Mandy. We're gonna do 12 numbers. We have 3 minutes each number. We're gonna do like this. And she'd be like, a boo-boo, which is what she calls me. A boo-boo. A boo-boo. Did you eat lunch today? I'm like, she's like, do you know what that guy's name is? And I'm really good with faces, and I'm really good with people. But she taught me, you need to stop and you need to talk to people. But I'm like, how? Because I'm really shy and I'm a bit antisocial. Like I feel really uncomfortable and nervous around people. And she would be like, you just need to ask them where they're from. Do you remember that?
Yes.
You're like, that's all you need to do, Carrie. You just need to ask them where they're from, and that'll start a conversation, and then just have the conversation. And she taught me how to be a person in this industry. And in this industry, you need to have balance. Look at Mandy on set.
Yes.
Whether you're a producer or you're a dancer, you know you're gonna be okay. She's one of those people that just, you know she's got it all under control always, even if inside maybe she doesn't. As everybody, right?
Yes.
But you always, when I looked in your eyes, I always knew it was going to be okay, that together we would figure it out, and we always would. And that's such a gift, because this business, especially as a woman in this business, it can be really daunting. And you want to represent, and you're trying so hard to put up a strong front and make like you know what you're doing. And half the time, none of us know what we're doing. We're all making it up. That's kind of the beauty of this business. We get to make it up as we go along.
100%.
Right?
And to that point, I assisted Mandy on the Grammys last year, and this is a true story. I watched Mandy speak to lighting grips, to, I'm losing my thought, but so many people, and everyone knew Mandy, and Mandy knew every single person by name, and I watched it myself. So I know exactly what you're saying, Carrie Ann. There's something about Mandy that is infectious, and it's honest, and it's real. And I'm glad to have had this moment with you, because it all comes full circle, and it all makes sense, and it's so lovely. I know. It's a lot of love up here. Lastly, Mandy, before we go, what has it meant to have Carrie as your mentor?
As a woman navigating the industry, I'm gonna say to have another strong woman who leaves space and supports and sends text messages or calls, or we're about to go live at Dance with the Stars, and I always look over at her and I'm like, "God, have a great show," and she's like, "Thanks," it's just so wonderful to know that you have someone who's a friend, but also a collaborator and a peer. Because it can be kind of a lonely world at times, but also in the industry you can feel very isolated and kind of like you're on your own island. So it's wonderful.
Now it's all reversed, because on Dance with the Stars, she's a producer and the choreographer for all of the numbers, and now when we have to dance, I'm always like pooping in my pants. Right. I'm always like worried, because I'm a judge and I know everybody's gonna judge what I'm doing. Right. And I look at Mandy, and she guides me. And it's so beautiful to have the reversal of roles this way, even though it was never one way. It was always give, support. But now it's beautiful to sit there, and then when there's a dancer, I go, "Mandy," she goes, "Oh, boo-boo, you're gonna be fine.
Be fine.
You're gonna be fine.
I got you.
If Mandy's there, you are always gonna be fine, for sure."
Thank you.
I love you so much.
On that note, we say thank you. We stand.
Thank you.
Oh, we stand. We're choreographed.
That's it.
And we say goodnight.
That's it. And then we all go home.
And then we all go home.
You're so good.